and now I'm back with the VOD. So we need to get more lower things. Talking about lower things, Dark Scale Healer is Yeti for 1 mana more, so the battle cry has to be at least 1 mana for us, and I don't think so. So this card is a bit worse than the mana cost. Frost Nova is a okay card. You deny attack from all enemy minions, but I would not recommend to pick it in arena too much, only if you have no choice. It's okay card for the coast, but you have to get value out of the freeze you make. So it's better in constructed decks where you can choose everything you want than in an arena deck. Because if you compare here, we have Frostbolt. It deals 3 damage and freezes a character. 3 damage for 2 mana. Have to swap to my damage spells. There they are. 3 damage for 2 mana is basically a Wrath. Or Lightning Bolt, which is like 3, 1 mana, and Overload, so it's basically 2 mana. And so Frostbolt is perfectly fine. So we can take Frostbolt. Then I would take Dark Scale, and then I would take Frost Nova. So I take Frostbolt here, because we can use this very good. I talked about Blue Grille Warrior a lot. It's from the value, it's like a 1 mana minion, and the charge is the 2 cost 1 mana on this card. So as I defined it as the value of charge through this card, so it's okay. It feels almost like the hero power of Mage, but with 2 damage, because it's like as the Frost, the rider I talked about, he's 2 damage in the face is the most thing you almost do out of this, and it's great in a Murloc deck, but we can't rely on building a Murloc deck in arena. Then the Dark Iron Dwarf. I compare this minion often to the 5 mana minions, 4/4 with effect. We get the 4/4 with effect here for 4 mana, so that's great, and the effect is good, so I would take this minion any day. The value is perfect. Talking about perfect value, Water Elemental is 3/6 for 4 mana, and we have to compare it with the Yeti, so we have 1 life more and 1 less attack. I think that's almost equal from the stats, and it costs 4 mana, so nothing wrong here. It's a good card. I prefer the Dark Iron Dwarf here because you can do some fancy plays with it. Give 1 minion more attack, 1 low drop minion more attack, and kill something with it, so you have comeback plays with this guy. And this thing is more healthy. You can... I feel like healthy today. I want to take more healthy creatures. You could take both, no problem. So, starting again. 5 mana minions, 4/4 with effect, perfectly fine. In arena we have to think about how many spells we have. At the moment we have, I think, 3 spells, so not the perfect card maybe, but 4/4 for 5 mana is perfectly fine. We talked about that a lot. Questioning Adventure. Here's another interesting card. Questioning Adventure is always worth it if you play at least 1 card with it, because then you get a 3/3 for 3 mana. That's perfectly fine. And there we come to... So its card value is equal if you have play 1 card with it. But that means you can't play Questioning Adventure in turn 3. Because you need to play 1 card with it to make it value. And you can't always guarantee that. You want 3 drops to play in turn 3. And we especially have almost no 3 drops, so a 3 drop that's not helping is not very helpful. So it's yeah, if you have the confidence that you can play Questioning Adventurer after turn 3 and still be fine, then play it. Then it's very good. I don't have that faith right now because my card is yeah, I don't know, it's not very good right now. Then we have Blizzard. Blizzard is basically a consecration from the paladin, but with the freeze in it. So the freeze costs me 2 mana, additional 2 mana, and I think that's great because it combines the Frost Nova with the consecration, and you pay 1 less mana and 1 card less than if you would play Consecration Frost Nova. So Blizzard is a really good card. It's definitely worth the cost. So, and in Arena you can never have too much of Blizzard and Flamestrike. Wow. Why you do this to me? I talked about Ice Barrier. I don't like it. It's 8 armor for 3 health. Mana, that's bad. Goldshire Footman is a 1/2 for 2 mana. 1/2 for 1 mana. That's basically okay from the stats, but I don't like it a lot because you never trade with anything. And it's always gonna die. So it's not a very good taunt. We talked about Raid Leader. It's a bad card. If you... yeah, I have to... wait a second.